Let's get ready to
Ripple fight!
What the hell is even that?
That is one big pilot.
For a modern gaming audience.
Why are you running?
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
We're communists.
Woke.
Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? I'm like, what comic books are you reading?
I'm cured! Praise God!
He Vadered! He Vadered!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
For a modern gaming audience.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble.
Welcome to Nerd Wars. Sorry about that. Welcome to Nerd Wars.
Please clap.
The clappening has begun. Holy crap, can this fit into here? The clappening has begun. Oh no, it's so close. Damn it. Absolute pleasure to have you all here. The excitement is palpable. Jeebus age. I
feel it.
I am feeling the energy now. I am looking up, and I'm sorry, it's not quite weekend. This is mostly going to be gaming weekend, but there will be some gooning to be had, and tomorrow we'll be talking some manga and anime. So tomorrow will be an unofficial weekend. Shh, don't tell Badger. Absolute pleasure to have you here, Badge. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, I'm still recovering from yesterday's lovely almost 3-hour Man of Steel stream,
Wait,
which
you
totally wasn't infuriating.
I was going to hang out after the show last night, but they insisted on only talking about that because you guys had so much PTSD, and you are still thinking about it?
For like another 30 minutes, yeah. And thankfully, lovely inside the Badger Den last night with everyone. Thank you all. Hi.
It was lovely. ABF, a woot to you, good sir. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I am still glad that I decided not to go on that Man
You made the right
stream.
choice. I thought I was like, I shouldn't have gone on.
Because I like the movie, and I feel like people will tell me I'm not allowed to. So
you made the right choice, ABF. I wish I was with you. I'm still fucking.
If you like this movie, you need to be put back into the womb. Or the Phantom Zone, whichever one is easiest.
Every 3 seconds, he should have stopped and looked around and been sad at the people being hurt, and he should have tried to say, even when he's being punched in the face, he should have stopped the fight to go help people, ABF. Okay.
Oh, he's not being stoic enough. He's being too stoic. He's not being stoic enough. Won't somebody think of the children?
ABF, this is why he's the War Master, because he sees the tactical survey of the battlefield and goes, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. That's the kill zone.
I can see the outcomes before they even happen.
So I have a time enough to pick, because Niat sends a large list of movies, and you get to pick which ones you want. And a lot of these crazies say, I'll do every one. I'm like, I have enough for 2. I specifically chose the Matrix and Total Recall, because I assumed everyone loved those, and we could all talk about how good they are, instead of starting out.
That's a fun assumption. I'm sure you'll get 2 people that'll talk about how the second Matrix has sucked the entire time when you're trying to watch the first Matrix. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
The Wachowski sisters. The Wachowski sisters. The Wachowski
so happy
sisters.
to be here.
I just want to talk about the thing going into his belly button and how that affected me as a youngster.
Yeah, we just do a stream ourselves maybe someday.
What happened? What are we doing here? Absolute pleasure to have you all here. Oh, yeah. Well, I'll have to discuss Clarkson's Farms tomorrow. It'll be a farming and weaving weekend, because I've watched all 4. ABF, are you a real fan?
I haven't watched any yet.
I haven't watched any yet either.
Well,
we'll be
so discussing it tomorrow. Consider
Okay.
checking one out today.
All right, I will watch some tonight then.
I was quite happy. I talked about how it's great side monitor. So I switched my office and my bedroom so I could have the bigger room be my office, which was a very smart idea. I hadn't switched the closets yet. Finally time to do it. I just put it on, turned it up real loud, and it was amazing. And it was so good. And there were a couple times I just sat down to watch it because I was really enjoying it. Have a nice laugh, have some fun, learn about pig clitori, and it's educational as well as entertaining. I was very happy, but not as happy as when I see Jake Martin.
Now, how about a smooch, huh?
Sorry, I've been holding on that one. I've been hovering way
We're
too
still
long.
thinking
on that.
about pig clitori. Sorry.
Oh, don't worry. You'll be educated if you watch Clarkson's Farm. I highly recommend it to everyone as long as you're fine with pig clitori.
I'm thinking about your closet. Like, so when you need a prop, do you have to run into your old streaming
Prop
space to
closet.
grab it?
Oh no.
No, that was the problem. The problem was I had to, but now there's right in here. Everything's here, and it's a much bigger closet, so I actually have a ton of space in there. It's great. So, and there's more room to throw things. It's awesome.
That would have been so perfect if we heard a window break or something.
King
Yeah, I
storage.
need a sound effect. Like an old lady screaming or something, you know, like in those cartoons.
It's awesome. I got an extra. Instead of having a window here, who needs a window light? Gross. I've got manga now.
I think 5G needs windows probably.
Mm-hmm.
I have that instead of windows now. Oh. I filled it up. I filled her up. It is 20% off. We'll be discussing the comics I purchased today, but I might have gotten this amount of manga. More on that tomorrow.
Nice.
Hey, Badger, I saved $16 today because of that sale. All right, so it would have been like $99. All right, I would have lost money not buying all that.
$99 a manga on the wall. $99 a manga. Okay.
I will say there was one I was waiting to get, and someone must have bought it yesterday. So I got everything I wanted, but the one. But then I found something I wasn't expecting. Wait, Tomark's here. Hold on. Quick sneak peek.
He's a prop comic.
I am a prop comic. Thank you. It's the highest form of comedy. Everyone knows it. You're all figuring it out eventually.
Yeah.
So Read or Die was one of the first animes that Tomark had me watch. Shockingly enjoyed it. Now, and then I got the manga, which I also enjoyed and was a very different story. And then there's the follow-up. It was Read or Die, and this is what Read or Dream. And they had 3 of the 4. So I didn't get one I wanted, but then this randomly popped up there. So the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away, and the Lord giveth more anime girls.
I find it humorous that someone who routinely says that comedy is like one of the lowest forms of
stand-up comedy.
Right. But then does prop comic, which is also by them is seen as the lowest form.
I talk about
comics. Carrot Top is underrated.
I talk about extra, and like this prop comedy is stand-up comedy, but extra. So it's like a half step above stand-up comedy.
I love it personally.
But notice I'm not doing stand-up. I'm doing just random live off the cuff. You know, like, I don't
beating
script my
Grogu.
Grogu beatings. Also, we do have to discuss how I do have a shelf full of stuffed animal Grogus now, like a fucking little girl.
Can we get you a baby Joey
Get
and
over
a
here.
Stitch and what else? That Ochi
Actually,
thing?
Genuinely, I'm down for getting a. Well, do we get baby Joey or do I get baby retard kaiju? What would be more offensive?
Why not both? Well, baby Joey looks like an actual fucking baby, so I think that would be offensive.
All right.
Yeah,
We'll
he's an
let
improv comic.
We'll let chat decide. All right.
He wants the Gallagher.
I actually, now that I have it right here.
Come here, you.
Oh, hit Grogu with the hammer, you say? Which hammer? You want the clown hammer? I got the clown hammer. You want a War the Rohirrim Warhammer? No one wants that.
Remember?
We'll go with the clown hammer then.
Remember Roar the Rohirrim? Oh.
No, it's on Max. Don't watch it. Speaking of on Max, maybe watch it. Oh, I guess we'll go ahead and skip here quick. Am I the only one here who actually saw Mickey 17?
I think you might be.
All right, so if you had any sort of inkling of seeing it, is now on Max. So I would say, if you were
Clarkson's Farm
interested,
or this?
Clarkson's Farm.
Okay.
But like, if you were interested, and then you watch like F&T, and they ripped it a new a-hole, and you're like, oh, but like, maybe it's better than they say. Check it out. Otherwise, yeah, you can skip. Watch Isaac. You should watch War of the Rohirrim.
Well, you kind of talked me out of seeing Mickey 17 with like the politics that they put into
The Mark
it.
Ruffalo, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, but
because it's been on BitTorrent. Not saying I would ever use that. Just saying I didn't want to waste my bandwidth. So
yeah, ABF. We've got a list of anime and things for you to enjoy. Yeah, skip. But anyone who was like, hey, I'm intrigued, I love Parasite or whatever, worth a look. Not
halfway
quite as
through Redline, by the way, and I'm really liking it.
we got another one. That's one I think Badger might like too, because it's very it's kind of anime adjacent with all that extra style it's got on it.
I like anime adjacent.
Yeah, and because it's ABF likes cars and racing stuff and whatnot. Some
That's
cannonball
the part
run
I
type
like
stuff,
the most
so.
about it. Yeah.
And then
Nice
so
owl.
it's good that you stopped in the middle because it could potentially have gotten a little long for you in the middle because there's the awesome race at the beginning and then it's the all like preparing for the big race at the end. And then what you're really there for is that big race at the end. And it's fantastic. All right. Tom Cruise. Badger, you want to go ahead and get this? Yeah, set this up for us.
I thought this was great. So if we all remember, the movie industry almost came to a complete halt along with everything else during the coup that is now confirmed to come out of the lab. Tom literally, I know we say he saved Hollywood with Maverick. No, this motherfucker literally saved Hollywood, and he's going to explain how he did it.
So what I did was I just worked with the governments. I called one studio and this is what I really did. I called the studio. I was like, yeah, you guys shooting? He's like, no, we can't. We're all shut down for that. I said, oh, wow. I said, we're shooting our movies. And they're like, what? I said, yeah, we're making our movies. And then so I called back a week later and I was like, how's it going? They said, oh, yeah, we're shooting our films. I said, because we're coming out next summer, And I said, so, we're on this date. I hope you're not on this date. They're like, well, we're making our movie and we're coming out next summer. And then I called the studio that I was working with. I said, look, all these guys are making movies. We got to make movies. So, and I just kept everyone working throughout. So they were like, okay, we got to make movies. So then I was like, we had to finish Top Gun Maverick in post during COVID. And I was basically, everyone was kind of like, no, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. I was like, always going, I don't take no for an answer.
They should make a movie of this.
Okay, well, there's got to be a solution. So I was calling like, we have to set up the rules. Let's make agreements so that we can get back to work. And then I was calling governments and getting agreements with them.
Bro.
And then I was sharing it with the other studios and my friends saying, this is how we're doing it. And then just kind of saying my crew's going to get paid during this time. I just kept everybody working. And then slowly and not so slowly before you know it, we're able to just make sure that we're creating even our orchestra for Top Gun Maverick.
And you get it because it goes on for another minute. But like
an executive right there. Give that man a studio is what the comment from Justin Bateman to that video is, because Tom Cruise, please just become the president of Hollywood. At the very least, run a studio. Please, God, yes, please.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to talk about who the ambassador of Hollywood should be, that probably is the actual choice they should have done.
Yeah.
Correct. And like that's all of those things he just talked about. That's exactly like why executives get paid the big bucks, why they're in charge of stuff, being able to do that sort of stuff, going out of the way, occasionally having to maybe fake and lie a little bit to make things succeed.
I think he's aging on, I don't even think he's had work done. And if he has, it's super minimal.
I mean, if I had Tom Cruise money, I would be getting all those IV drips and stuff that
that's something like the internal for sure. But
virgin blood drip, yeah. Well, that's some of those millionaires. They swear by the children's blood.
There are other ones besides that, though. You can just go to this IV treatment. Sometimes they'll have to come to your house too, but it costs like $800 a treatment. Yeah,
you just do all the things that Joe Rogan talks about literally all the time, and the human growth hormone testosterone replacement, and stem cell, intravenous stem cells every once in a while, just top you up.
I forget. There's one that makes you that feeling right as you're falling in a roller coaster. There's one that does that to you, and
it's called mescaline. It's the only way to fly.
I'd say that's the end of Mission Impossible. All the plane chase scene. Oh yeah, Badger pluckered or whatever he said for sure. We all pluckered.
My butthole pluckered.
But despite all the pluckering, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning earns $24.8 million in the film's domestic opening day. I was really confused because they keep bragging about this biggest opening day ever for the franchise. So I was really confused. I was like, opening day. I was like, so that's not Thursday. That's Friday.
That's not adjusted for inflation, I'm guessing.
I mean, that's just what happened. So, not adjusted for inflation, but
when you compare.
Yeah, we'll get into the last box office real quick because it turns out it's not popular domestically. They all keep bragging about this, which we will get to.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, A-. I enjoyed it. Obviously, all the Ivory Tower crowd thinks it's the worst movie they've ever seen because all they care about is logic and writing, where some of us can appreciate things like action as well instead of just throwing all the baby out with the bathwater. I get it, though. It's a hell of a theater experience. I think A- is fair. A little too long. Badger, A-, you think pretty fair?
Yeah, I think that's fair. Again, I saw it with a crowd that really liked it, so I'm sure they would have rated it something similar.
So, looking at Dead Reckoning Part 1, $400 million reported production budget, 565. So this is what it's currently outperforming. So they're all talking about how amazeballs it is because it's going to hit 650. Maybe if it has some crazy legs somehow, even though it's got a bunch of competition coming up, 700 mil, $400 million budget for this one as well. So it's a massive failure, but all of the trades keep talking about it like it's a huge success. Badger, what were you going to say?
The hot take, the first Mission Impossible is like one of the weakest ones. It actually has almost no fucking action in it. He runs away from an aquarium falling down and he does the zip line thing into the vault. And then at the end, it's the on top of the train, and it's really just him getting exploded away from the
helicopter exploding onto and then grabbing.
But he does it. If you're talking about action, there's not a fucking fight scene. There's no shootouts. There's no knife fights. There's no martial arts.
You're talking
fucking
about the
runs
first
away.
Mission Impossible?
The first one, just the first one.
Yeah, well, the first one was like a heist movie, and it was really fun.
Not really. It was an action scene, but it's not like, okay. Getting blown by the wind and shit. It's like it's action adjacent.
There's this thing
compared
called
to the
nostalgia.
It felt new and fresh.
The problem to that, though, is the answer to that was John Woo had them dueling with fucking motorcycles and knife fighting on the beach and
We're still talking about it.
So
to
we
this
went
day.
the other way with it, fucking all the action that everyone shits on that one.
That one was just cheesy. It was.
I'll say I saw 1 and 2 back in the day, and I don't think I ever watched them again. Wait, should I put Mission Impossible back on the wheel for a rewatch?
And 3 is Philip Seymour Hoffman, which they obviously super connected to fucking.
Maybe I'm just remembering it as being a good movie, and it's no longer.
I'm not saying
like, it
it's
doesn't
bad.
hold up. I don't know.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just watching. If you looked at everything Ethan has done in all of it, to me, 1 is the most underwhelming of all of it. But it's also the closest to the original series, and that's why everyone likes it.
I say that about Alien.
Yeah, I prefer the second Aliens. I prefer Aliens over Alien, if that helps.
So I had skipped a bunch of them and went into this. Didn't know a lot what was going on, and I managed to quite enjoy it. Writing, characters, logic, yeah, there are a lot of problems. There's probably 5 times I went, what? Why are they doing this? And there's one point where they're like, we have to nuke one of our own cities to make the AI happier. And then it's just, everyone just takes it for granted that we have to nuke one of our own cities. I'm like, wait, why are we nuking one of our own cities? To appease them.
To avoid the people that don't have nukes fighting back
no,
at
I
them?
get everyone else nuking, but why nuke? And it's to like appease them, and it's like, but then he'll still just nuke all the other cities. And even, it's cool, bro. You don't have to nuke everything because we nuked one of our own. What? But it's just taken as that's gospel. We gotta nuke one of our own cities. Why? Yeah, that sort of stuff is pretty rough. The direction, the cinematography and camera work, the action stunts, high level. So a lot of the writing and characters are pretty shitty, but a lot of the other stuff is really, really good. And a lot of people want to ignore the stuff that's really good and just focus on the parts that really suck. It's like, let's focus on all of it. Crazy.
Wow.
I'm at a 6.5 out of 10.
That's all.
A man of substance. Quality.
Can we all agree that Fallout is the best one of the entire franchise?
It's certainly up there. It's fucking certainly up there.
It had the best Alec Baldwin acting in it, too.
I think it has the best villain for sure.
I think Jake gets a clip for taking all of the heat from me for a while.
Last I found a challenge worthy of my talent. All I can say is I sure hope you know what you're doing, boss.
Anthony Hopkins, fucking Tandy Newton. The car chase in the beginning is awesome. The fucking gun scenes are awesome. The fight scenes on the beach are awesome. I don't know, man.
Before Fallout with the helicopter
Jake and I are just gonna go be homies.
The helicopter chase is so awesome.
I'm not kidding. like before even doing this as a job and talking about like old movies and whatnot, I would still randomly think about the Mission Impossible 2 motorcycle scene.
Like I said, Anthony Hopkins is like I don't know, man. It was literally prime Tandy Newton, Thwandy, however the fuck we're supposed to say her name now.
And in Thunderbolts, when Bucky shows up, like immediately as soon as I see him riding up on the motorcycle, I'm like, bro, do it.
Bro,
and
when he stops,
while
just
shooting.
the front wheelie while fucking I don't give a fuck if you can't blow up a car that way. Sick.
It works. Give me more.
They win for
Wasn't there also product placement in the middle of that motorcycle scene in the second one?
For Ducati?
No, for like Mountain Dew or something like that.
Oh, like a Mountain Dew truck or something? I don't remember. That'd be funny.
Yeah, there was like murals and shit on the wall, on like the freeway walls or something like that.
The slow motion action scene
That
with
movie-
the Mountain Dew advertisement in the back, basically.
That movie
Thank
sucks.
you, James. I could not remember.
And it does a front wheelie. Okay.
Well, see, that's. But are we getting into like with the whole like Jet Li the One situation now? Is it going into it's terrible? I love it. Are you arguing that Badger that it is genuinely absolute cinema?
I'm not saying it's genuine cinema, but I think it's a fucking action film made by John Woo.
Action film. That's when we go from like Universal scoring to for what it is score, and I think it is fair to give action films more of a for what it is score.
Until that fucking bathroom scene with Henry and all that fight scene right there, that fight on the beach with the knife fight and with Dougray Scott's character, Sean Ambrose, that was the fucking best fight in all of the Mission Impossible movies. Including a fucking knife almost going into his eye that's literally only held by a piece of fishing string if you watch the behind the scenes. Even then, he was doing his fucking own stunts and making John Woo nervous.
Now, if only the rest of America was as passionate about Mission Impossible as us. I know all the hanging from planet. Yeah, like there's so many things that are really done well. But yeah, also there's a lot of writing problems and character problems. But this is what I'm talking about. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning smashes franchise records with stunning opening day box office. It's not even going to make its production budget back. It's going to lose money on its production budget and every last dollar spent on marketing. But for some reason, everyone keeps lauding this as a success, and then Lilo and Stitch seems to not be getting as much attention as it should be. So did Paramount do a bigger ad buy than Lilo and Stitch or something?
Those Rotten
What is
Tomatoes
happening?
Numbers are fucking weird. Everyone that I've heard that goes to see Lilo and Stitch says it's going to make $1 billion plus, and yet those... Yeah.
And I was doing my research today. I was not seeing it, but meanwhile, Mission Impossible smashes records with stunning opening day.
Yeah, but
it's going to lose so much money.
Every movie, they're not going to say anything bad. Of course, they're going to hype it up and any sort of spin they can do. Because if people start to get, wind of a little bit of bad news, then they'll say, maybe I'll just wait for video. That happens
that's what I'm
a
saying,
lot.
though. ABF is so what's behind them praising failure and not praising a massive success? Is it the bigger ad buy or what? Because meanwhile, AMC, everyone's dressed up in Lilo and Stitch and everything's Lilo and Stitch. But then like the trades are like simping for Mission Impossible while ignoring Lilo and Stitch. At least from what I've been noticing the last few days.
I mean, I don't know. I can kind of see both sides of it, because you got Tom Cruise hanging upside down on a biplane, like there's stuff to hype up. It's not like it's a Disney film where it's complete shit. And they're saying all these nice things about it when there really is nothing good to praise about it.
But no, that's what I'm saying, though, is Lilo and Stitch is great. It has a lot to praise, and it's going to make so much money. But it's getting like the Drake meme, while for some reason, Final Reckoning, this is their brag, with a projected 3-day haul expected to surpass Fallout's 61 million. They're bragging about passing 61 million domestic opening weekend.
They're both out at the same time. But they're not exactly direct competition.
Oh, yeah. No, neither are taking money from each other whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it's not even that.
It is interesting, though.
I don't understand. Maybe I'm just imagining it. I don't think because I already had this theory, and then doing this today, I kept seeing more simping for it, even though anyone who just looks up the reported production budget knows it's not it has to make like $1 billion. It's $400 million.
Yeah.
So let's pretend it only had 100 mil. That's 500 mil production marketing. That's a bill just to break even. Sorry, Biff, what are you saying?
We said from the start it wasn't going to make its money back, because when you have a sequel, because that's what this is a sequel of a sequel, being a part 2
to a sequel to a sequel to a sequel to a sequel. Yeah, like because it's not good.
But it actually does seem to be outperforming, so it might be a little bit of a breakout in the sense that it's making more than its predecessor.
Looks like I already exited out of it, but so the previous one, also a huge financial failure and lost 100 million plus, like this one's going to lose 100 million plus. The international was more than double. The domestic didn't even hit 200 mil. So people just don't care about Mission Impossible in America.
Well, also that last one, Tom fucked himself by trying to swing his dick at Christopher Nolan with the Oppenheimer, and then studios did not choose to do. They chose Oppenheimer, so it was less theaters.
And then this is Memorial Day too, so you get more of a boost and not competition versus stiff competition. So yeah, that would explain why it would outperform the previous one. But
which
still,
now in hindsight,
it's going to lose so much money.
Based on that video of Tom, they probably should have just let him have those goddamn IMAX screens. Fuck you, Oppenheimer. He saved Hollywood.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. And then Gooch gives it a 6 out of 10, which is like half point under me. But I'm telling you, if he had seen it in the theater, he would have get another half point, because it's very much so a theater going experience. If you're interested, highly recommend seeing it in theaters. Whereas Lilo and Stitch, yeah, just wait for streaming. It's really good. There's no reason to see it in the theater whatsoever, unless you want to take your kids to go see it. Only reason to see it in the theater. And they dress up with their Stitch blankets and stuff like that, and it's adorable. And yeah, that. Good reason. But if you're like one of us, 30, 40-something-year-old white dude, and you're interested, just wait for Disney+. But yeah, it definitely deserves the A. It's fantastic. It's going to make an absurd amount of money. And I'd forgotten about this, is originally they were going to put it straight on Disney+. I even think it was going to be a show originally. $100 million production budget versus $400 million for Mission Impossible. Obviously, all the stunts and whatnot. Obviously, a lot more money to do. But this is about to make an insane amount of profit. Because if they'd done their 180 million, their 200 mil, it's not just you need to make like another 80, 100 mil at the box office. You got to make it double that to get your cut. So the extra profit they're getting from having a reasonable budget, they're going to make so much money. And then all of the merchandise, oh my God. Badger?
How do you feel about the entity just doing an overview for you like that when you didn't even ask it to? It just does it now. It summarizes. You put in Lilo and Stitch and it summarizes the whole fucking little thing. It does that a couple of times now in different things. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I know. It took me a second to realize what you're talking about. I don't think I'm logged in. Now, if you do Google, let's see. Now, instead of all images news, if you're actually logged in, I'm not currently logged in on this browser, it's AI search to where it goes full grok on you now. I actually I wanted to pull it up yesterday, but I wasn't signed in.
Brave and other ones do it too, I've noticed. And like for Oblivion, I was looking up an item code and it just like pulled it up and told me instead of me having to click the link to look. And I was like, okay, I like that, but also
it's going to be the death of. It's already killing off so many websites. It's going to be the death of the website.
Well, fuck that. Now you lose the ability to search for information.
I know, because it needs the websites to exist for it to do its thing. And then
doesn't like Superman because he's retarding our progress as humanity when Daddy AI Superman's doing everything for us. Okay, sorry.
And also 60% of the time it works every time.
Guaranteed. All right. So we can all agree John Travolta's super gay, right? Like that's just assumed. All right. So I watched Swordfish at ABS recommendation, and it was exactly what I was hoping for. And John Travolta puts on a hell of a performance. I mean, he's a fantastic actor, as many gay men are. And his performance really reminded me of some Nick Cage Face Off. That same like over the top, like chew the scenery, like ridiculous, like almost like comically over the top bad guy with like personality just oozing out of him.
Ooh,
and John Travolta does that character very well. And then you also get a pretty darn young Hugh Jackman. He just came by along with, well, as we all know, when you hear Swordfish, what's the first thing? I hadn't even seen it, and what's the first thing I think of when I hear Swordfish?
Halle Berry, because this is the first time she showed her tits. And this is also like the first movie that Hugh did after Wolverine. So he was like peak right now.
And it's just so casual. He just like goes out to say something to her, and she just pulls the book down and fantastic boobas. It's just that simple.
Thing. Remember the part when John Travolta pulls the belt fed out of the trunk of his car?
Yes.
So that was a TVR Tuscan, and that was like kind of a popular car at the time. And I heard about it from Top Gear, and Jeremy Clarkson was on that show. Really fun car.
Tomorrow we'll be discussing Grand Tour, because after enjoying Clarkson's Farm and running out of Clarkson's Farm, I'll just give me one hit. I don't care what it is, man. So basically, we went Schedule 1 and we took Clarkson's Farm and then we put it in the mixer with some high octane engines / piece of shit old European car that breaks down every 5 miles, and then we created a new strain, and it's working pretty good. I'm even more addicted, but thankfully there's lots of seasons and they're really long, so I can quit whenever I want. But hey, it's helping me cut back on my anime addiction. So
what did you think of the whole premise of Swordfish, where John Travolta basically robs Buddy so that he could get a ton of cash so that he could help fight terrorism?
Yeah, so he's like the hacker bank robber with a heart, but who will also blow up the hostages. He don't give a fuck.
That scene is Hugh Jackman being forced to get a blowjob to be distracted while having to fucking
into focus. He's like does this like
focus, yeah.
Does that clap?
Yeah.
So I've discussed when someone, when Tomac drops a super, or someone wants me to watch something, I always try to take a picture, to prove I'm actually watching it, but share like one of my favorite moments. And the one I sent to ABF, I asked him, what's the sex move called when you get a BJ while hacking the federal government? I think was my question. And yeah, that was a very memorable moment.
We call it the Swordfish.
That's what we like in movies. We want like the cool nightclub scene with all the hot chicks walking into the room. Like that's so awesome.
It's so easy. They didn't. I don't remember there being any coke done off of tits. That's about the only thing was missing. Maybe a Mac 10. Erwin, the best I can do is get you U.S. Top Gear. Wait, is there more? What is happening? Am I confused?
There is a U.S. Top Gear.
They did a Top Gear here,
but it didn't have Clarkson in it. It had. They were trying different U.S. hosts. It was actually not terrible. It was all right.
It's those three guys. That's what I'm interested in, which started with Clarkson. So
and they tried to replicate that with 3 different people with different personalities, and it almost worked.
Bitches lead.
It was forced. That's why it just didn't work.
And don't you worry, Tomac, towards the end, we will be discussing the many cultured games you have sent me in the last week. All right, so Swordfish. The structure, you know me, I'm always on and on about my structure. So it starts with just like a nice little conversation, and immediately you like John Travolta's character. Immediately, I talk about how important it is. Immediately with some fun little dialogue. I think he talks about how like shit the government is or something like that. Immediately makes me like him. And then basically the camera like zooms out, or it pans to like a cop holding a gun at him. And it's like,
hostage situation.
Wait, what's happening? And you realize like they're robbing a bank. And you're like, oh, I like this guy even more now. And then he's got the hostages where he puts a bunch of like explosives and ball bearings on them. And he's like, if they get too far away from us, they go kablooey. And one of them runs out to test it. And then it goes kablooey. And then in slow motion, this is one of the best scenes I've seen in a movie that you guys have suggested to me, where it pans in slow motion through the explosion while everyone's having all the ball bearings shoot everywhere. And
that part's cool.
Oh.
So what I remember most when that first came out is Tech Rat describing that scene to me. Bro, slow motion, the fucking ball bearings, you just go through...
And that's what a claymore is. A claymore is a bunch of BBs, but these are like full-size ball bearings with like giant bricks of C4. Like that's a crazy ass bomb.
It most certainly became a main monitor viewing at that time, and then it was so good they actually show it all to you again later in the movie, because I didn't even realize it for longer. It took me longer than I should have to realize it. Once that explosion happens, then it goes. and then shows you how all of it gets set up, and then you end up back at that point, very like Tarantino-esque kind of like a editing style, and then you end up back at it, and then you keep going from there. Or even
You're probably wondering how I got here.
Yeah, or like a Forrest Gump situation, even where you get caught up and then you keep on moving forward. Excellent structure, really good storytelling. Really like the characters. Actors were awesome. Don Cheadle also in it. Yeah, like the cops and whatnot were also good. Yeah, all around good. Held up. Very happy with it. 7+, I'd say. Yeah, I'd give it a 7+. Yeah. I'd probably give it a 6.5. I'd give it the same as Mission Impossible if it didn't have that slow motion ball bearing explosion scene. That's a half point right there.
What about the buzz?
That's the plus. The 7+. The plus is the berry boost.
What about the bus hanging from that helicopter? That was a pretty cool scene too.
Yeah, when they try, the escape is we're driving to the airport. Fake, we're getting picked up by a helicopter. Oh no, now we're dangling from it. And everyone's going.
It kind of feels like Mission Impossible-esque in a way.
Or Grand Theft Auto, because how many missions? We have to get.
Oh, well, that too, yeah. But no, with Mission Impossible, one of the things I thought Final Reckoning did was constantly raising stakes, and this movie definitely kept raising stakes. Lovely, definitely an easy recommend. All right,
I don't know why I thought of Swordfish and put it on the list. I just thought you might leg it.
Well, you told me to put it on the wheel, so you just were like, I'll throw it on the wheel, but I'm like. I mean, the boss man wants me to put it on the wheel. I'm just going to put it on the damn list. All right. So, Badger, speaking of people telling me I need to put it on the list, and I try to listen. That's what I'm here for, guys. You guys are here to culture me. Mara Jade. Badger, for those in chat who don't know who Mara Jade is, why don't you tell them a little bit?
She's a former Emperor's Hand, his personal, basically, assassin agent, who his last command is kill Luke Skywalker. And then she's part of like the heir to the Empire. And she basically ends up being Luke's wife.
After trying to assassinate him.
A long time where the Force keeps putting them together and they work together and she's able to fulfill. Yeah. She's great, though. She's a perfect,
she's femme fatale. There was, think we hate women or whatnot. We love femme fatales. We don't want lesbian strong women like in Mission Impossible. We want Haley Atwell femme fatales, please.
Yeah, Luke is not gay. He fucks the shit out of Mara Jade and has a son named Ben Skywalker. He's super straight.
Yeah. And at times she whoops up on everyone, but when she's not able, she's losing her force powers now that the Emperor's dead, but she's still got some, and she's still got a lightsaber. So instead of just Mary Sue OPing everyone like she used to, now she's actually been cut off from Imperial intelligence and what have you. So she's down at the bottom again, having to make do when she was at the top. So she actually has to do a little bit of struggling here and there while also being a total badass. You can have it all. It's so easy. And there's several shots of her butt. That's all you have to do. It's so easy.
I keep thinking it would make a fun movie if Disney wasn't behind it at all.
Dude.
And yes, her ass looks great all the time. Jake Frazier.
Ooh. Damn.
What the hell? Mara Jade enjoyer? Jeez, let's get this pulled up. Jeebus H. J. Frazier for 200 euros. That's a lot of Grogu beatings. Christ, Jake.
Hail Nerd Wars. Thanks to the Fellowship Cabal for this month's distraction. My great friend Kenny Stevenson was finally laid to rest. Fuck cancer.
Oh, man.
Advice to my nerds.
Been through that.
For fuck's sake, write a will and include your massive physical media collection.
Ooh.
Yes, or McFarlane figures.
I have
Sorry
referred
for being
to this
a downer
as my savings account before.
But thanks for the last.
I've got, it's important to have physical silver and, diversify your bonds. This is my bank account, but yeah,
I'm trying to figure out which one of my nephews is my favorite because get this one, and this one, and this one.
The least favorite gets the handguns or what? The cool one gets the rifles.
These are my NFA machine guns. These are will worthy. So
I bequeath all of my McFarlanes to Mr. Tech Rat there. Okay, it's done, cleared, and you can give them out to you guys.
And for reals, Yeah, I had cancer when I was 18. Yeah, it sucks. We've all been affected by cancer, and the fact that the globalists are constantly actively trying to poison the shit out of us pisses me off so much. But thank God we got RFK in there, finally going to stop them poisoning us and killing all of our loved ones. And that is definitely one of the reasons I fight. It does not. The globalists want us dead. They try to kill me at 18 if I didn't have a boss say something about my neck, and I think I could be dead right now. There's timelines where I died from cancer. Fuck these globalists. We're going to destroy them, and they're going to stop poisoning us.
And it is.
Shout out, Jay. Appreciate you so much, man.
Partially genetics and partially environmental.
Oh, yeah.
And RFK has worked on the environmental part.
Well, no one in my family's had kids at 18 getting cancer, so... And I'm super healthy. I like never get sick and stuff otherwise. So it was presumably environmental. I believe a certain shot I took might have been involved as well.
Of people that live near or on golf courses who all are like super highly likely to get Parkinson's because, hey, glyphosate. Water.
Oh, that's crazy.
Shoving cell phone towers in elementary schools and stuff. And seriously, Jay, appreciate you. And this...
Living under a private airport happens too, because the prop planes they use leaded fuel. Yeah.
So I started doing this because I wanted friends. I wanted to hang out with all the people and chat and whatnot. I wanted to socialize, and a lot of us have been in places where we turn to our entertainment to get away because life can be very rough. And I spent a lot of time depressed. And TV comedy and laughing at that was like one of the few things that kept me going. Eventually, it's YouTube comedies. And then those inspired me to start making my own stuff. And then that's when I stopped being depressed, once I started building and growing. But man, having something to get you through those dark times, that's another one of the reasons I want to start doing this. Because we're all buddies. I think about you all way more than is healthy. And I consider us friends. And it's really nice to have such a big safety net and support network. Like it. Thank you all for your support. It means so goddamn much. What this side of the internet can accomplish is amazing. So back to Mara Jade. Shout out Jesus. Appreciate you so much. I am gonna be getting that clip. Oh wait, hold on. Jesus will be happy. I'll be discussing my manga purchases tomorrow, but I did finally get a No Guns Life, and it looks so good, Jesus. I cannot wait.
Oh
wait,
my
Tomai getting up in here? I was just about to get back to Mara Jade. Oh no, we have to go discuss the $50 super chat instead.
Which is Mara Jade.
Oh, what? Badger, why don't you go and take this one then?
My favorite thing about Mara Jade is a story about a guy going to a Star Wars costume party, and his date went as Mara Jade, and the guy did not believe her. And then after the party, all of his friends told him he just lost the one. Yes.
That
is a tragedy.
I went to a convention, and there was a dance party afterwards, and there was a Catwoman there who I, at the time, did not realize clearly wanted to dance with me, and I did not because I'm dumb. And I'm like, I still think about, I could have had Catwoman. Fuck. Girls, guys are dumb. We don't understand. You got to be very heavy-handed with your pickups. Cornboy, everyone get in here. Oh, we got some clips. Tomac, let's get some culturing up in here.
Mine! Hey, quit it.
Oh, and of course, Cornboy. Mara? Jade. Wait, now French Moon get up in here? Shiba Inu hearts. Yeah, like that right there. Like French Moon dropping Shiba Inu stickers. That's why I started streaming. I appreciate you guys so dang much. Like, yeah. When I finished my documentary, I got it out and I premiered it and it finished. And then ABF, I think, dropped to 50. I think asked what I was doing. And I said I had some ideas. And he dropped like a $50 super chat and said that whatever I did, he would support me. And it wasn't the $50. Obviously, it's appreciated. It's having that support. Like, after doing stuff for so fucking long in the basement, like Sigma mailing it all alone. Yeah, I wanted some friends, and holy fuck, I'm so glad I started streaming. You guys were the best. Yeah, I was fucking lonely, man. Like, my hair started falling out during the lockdowns because I was so fucking stressed out and alone, and y'all nerd saved me. I appreciate
we're
it.
here for you now.
Yeah.
Save us, Mara Jade. Save
Mara
us.
Jade.
So, just like Deathstroke the Terminator, Badger, is this one appropriate or is this a little too anime ooh-woo for you?
I'm fine with it.
I know.
I like
was also pretty fine with it as well. So, and then the hottest version of them all, of course,
yes.
the Black Series. Is that the one you just showed off?
That's the one I just showed off. Yes.
Yeah, without the coat. All right, so just like with Deathstroke the Terminator, several times while reading it, I got angry because I'm like, this would be perfect for a show. There was probably like 5 or 6 moments where I'm just like, fuck you, Disney Lucasfilm. This is perfect. Why? And it starts off with all the member bearers too. They love going back to all those same characters and stuff. This character, literally the first 2 episodes would just all be member berries of all like the original trilogy stuff and them inserting her in. They love just inserting like characters into the stuff you love. Except this is a beloved character that you actually can insert into all the canon stuff.
And also, every time they draw her, every time.
Your ass is awesome.
I was trying to look for one
time.
There are many ass shots,
including one of the Heir to the Empire. The drawings were like, "Oh, she's like, oh, let me bend over to get this weed." Yeah, no, they know what they're doing. She's very athletic.
Was like Superman trailer. Now that I saw the new one in theater that apparently they cut off the interview part of, Engineer's butt is still the star of that trailer, and on the big screen, it checks out. So genuinely the only thing that has me excited in Superman is a bad guy's butt. Come on, Hollywood. Come on, gaming companies. It's so simple to make us happy. Just give us butts and boobs and then some fun. And then hell, your writing, your characters can be shit. And give us like some action. Like that. It's so easy. Just give us what we want. All right.
Yeah.
Now, okay, well, first, yeah, so we're going to be moving on to gaming in a second, but I did have a little bit of expensing to do. But speaking of giving us what we want, I thought I knew about all of the Witchblade crossovers. Come on, you are too bright, you son of a gun. And then I randomly found this, and it's Justice League Witchblade crossover, and I went, what the hell? And then I looked at the back, and I went, sold! And it was everything I wanted. It was great. A bunch of different characters get the Witchblade. Huntress gets it. Oracle gets it and turns into a crazy Badger. You gotta check this one out. That's Oracle. She gets it and turns into a giant crazy tech spider.
Oh, I don't like that. It's like the Spider Daedra from Oblivion.
And then we got Huntress, and then turns into Witchblade Huntress, which some
Star-Lord, yeah, I don't know.
Some parts of the design I like, but some parts are a little weird. But yeah, it's a bunch of stuff, and then of course, obviously, it ends up on Wonder Woman. But the thing is Wonder Woman's too good, so she can't keep the Witchblade in check. You need the actual Witchblade character because she's edgy. She's a little bit of bad, and you need that little bit of badness to keep it in check. Everything I wanted. Plenty of TNA. The Darkness and Wolverine. So Darkness is like same verse as Witchblade. It's more Image Comics. Love me some Image Comics. Anytime they want to do a crossover, especially with my boy Wolverine, I'm gonna check it out. And the art style is I don't think it's actually painted, but it has a painted style. And it's very high tea and manly. I was pretty happy with the Wolverine. I feel like the manga enjoying ladies would also appreciate the Wolverine. Let's see if I can get a little bit more in here. I hadn't read any Darkness yet, other than like the little bit where he's in some Witchblade, and I didn't know much about his character. I want more. He's just like, I think he's like essentially an assassin with like darkness shadow powers.
That's pretty cool.
And he looks pretty fucking badass. And this actually, it really worked for me. Let me see if I can get a better one.
Isn't he like a mob enforcer and his tattoos could come alive or some shit? I never actually played the Darkness games.
And he can like, yeah, he has either like a big like dagger, but then the dagger thing can turn into like shotguns and stuff like that, or chainsaw swords and stuff like that. So I'm like, shadow powers, morphing weapons. Sounds good.
So
yeah.
basically T-1000 in the hands.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, essentially. Which that's basically, yeah, Witchblade is bio like techno organic entity kind of a thing. All right, and then so those are ones I read, quite enjoyed them, and then picked up today. Thor, the Dark Gods. I've been needing more Thor in my life, and this is just old school. I love when it's just got like the old school look and color scheme, and you see something like this, and you're like, okay, this is old. Actually, let's see. What year are you from? I actually really like always checking the years, because I always find 91, 92, and 95, 96. Occasionally some 94, 95, 96 are always the best years. Oh, wow. This is so... All right, there we go. 99 to 2000. So, yeah. When I see something like this, I'm just like, you're 20 plus years old. And just for that reason alone, also the spines you can usually tell. It's really weird. I've never seen any other Marvel's Finest. There's no Marvel like thing down here or whatever. So any sort of like weird or like the direct sales versions, I'm just like a sucker for those. It's like, give me it. And then the art was like really beefcakey, which I enjoyed. I love me a beefcake. And speaking of beefcakes, Gooch, I had the first 2 volumes of the Thor. That's the Gore the God Butcher. Gore was the Christian Bale bad guy in Thor Love and Thunder. Is actually an amazing character, but I wasn't sure how good it was. And then Gooch said he liked it. And I'm like, Gooch says he likes something. Like, you got to pay attention. It's so rare that happens.
Hearing him say that, yeah.
So they had volume 3 and 4, and I didn't realize that one was already marked down to $5. So I got it even cheaper. And then finally, Captain America Bicentennial Battles. I've wanted to buy a Captain America book for so long, and none of them ever interest me. But you had the old school style. Oh, look, yeah, there we go. That one actually has Marvel. Jack Kirby. I'm trying to check out the OG, so I need my Stan Lees, my Jack Kirby's. I said, finally. And old school Valken. Comic book characters really love this character. Why did you ruin him? What did
you said you were trying to figure out where to like enter into.
Yeah, that as well.
Yeah.
And then I figure, hey, why not Captain America talking to Gooch, you know? So yeah, the classic style, it's Jack Kirby. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, look at that cover. There's no black superheroes. And this is, yeah, we talked about like more terms and whatnot. Strong black man. No, more of this, please. This is what we want, not Latasha.
There's all kinds of patriotism in those pages too.
Yes.
LaQuasia, thank you.
Which is why, like, I should own a Captain America book by now. I don't know how this is my first one. I've been trying to find one that looked good, and this is the first one that actually caught my interest. All right, comic books over. It's video game time. All right, what we have? 51 minutes. All right, we gotta go quick. Doom Dark Ages. I freaking loved it. It's a massive failure, and the Steam charts really put into percent. I know even less now because I didn't know beforehand, and then I played it and loved it, and I especially have an idea now. And then I'm like, I'm gonna go to what the gamers are saying, and all the gamers are saying the exact opposite of each other, and it's a whole mess.
Satisfactory is still above it. That's hilarious.
I was going to actually point that out, ABF, because I wasn't sure if you were going to be here or not. Yes, Satisfactory, and this is the current. Whenever he took this, and then the 24-hour peak, it's getting beat by Satisfactory even more.
And even by rushing fishing number 4.
Oh my God, I didn't even notice that part. Yes. And you'll notice one above Civ 5, which has been a pretty massive failure, right? Doesn't like everyone seem to kind of hate Civ 5?
No. Civ 5 is 2 civilizations ago. Civ 6 is probably way up there. Yeah.
Okay, so that's so funny. I was thinking this is the new one. It is barely outperforming the old Civ.
Yep. Because I bet you Civ 6 is somewhere towards the top 25 or something like that.
I enjoyed the shit out of it. You got demons. You got super jet dudes just tearing through the demons. You got giant kaiju monsters. You fighting giant robots. You have Cthulhu monsters and dragons, and I really enjoyed the dragon part. I enjoyed the shit out of it. I don't know what happened.
I think I know what happened. Okay, so it's a good game, but it's not as good as the last 2. Okay, so there's that. Not saying it's a bad game. It's still a great game.
Well, some people are arguing Eternal was total shit, and that's what ruined it for everyone. And then other people were saying Eternal is the peak of Doom. I'm like,
they're wrong. They probably didn't even play it. They're just going off what other people said. The other thing is that it's on Game Pass for free. So it's probably a massive success for Game Pass. The reason you're not seeing it on Steam numbers is it's a freaking $70 game when you can go just do a 1-month trial on Game Pass.
I do have it in Game Pass.
So there's like Claire Obscure, but that was still super popular on Steam TV, but also $45.
And here's how we tell that. Now you go look at the true achievements and you see how many people have unlocked the achievements from Doom the Dark Ages, like played the main, passed that first level, because until we start seeing actual report, like we just learned how Game Pass works, where they get one initial payment, and then unless your game is on the top of the daily active users, you don't see shit. So what's on the daily active users of Game Pass?
And
Rhino Clan 2.2.
You would think that it would translate to at least, you know, high numbers on Steam, but it's a $70 game. $70 is a lot for a game.
Too much.
But then there is Oblivion, but that has so much just like nostalgia and fan goodwill, and they just suddenly shadow dropped it, so it's different. And then my thought was with the Bethesda fatigue, it could possibly just be like sequel fatigue, to where it's the third one, to where like a Clair Obscur and whatnot, people, it's new and fresh, or like a Oblivion where it's like, oh my god, this is a thing, give it to me now situation, to where people go out, whereas this is like, I'll just play it on Game Pass here in a few months if I remember.
Plus,
situation.
people have been wanting another Elder Scrolls. We've played Skyrim so much, and so Skyrim also saw a boost, by the way.
ABF, everyone on your streams have been excited for Doom Dark Ages, and everyone who's played it enjoyed it. So what the fuck happened, ABF?
I think that when it goes on sale, it will climb in the numbers. I really do think.
I saw a lot of that. People saying it's too much. I'll wait for a sale. But
I waited for a sale to play the last two, and I picked both of them up for under $10. So
I Game Passed them, but also I will be Game Passing Oblivion and Game Passing Clair Obscur, but still managed to sell copies. So it's like, I think we can all agree we still have no idea, and we probably will never have any idea why it failed so bad. Despite I enjoyed the crap out of it. Badger, what he played, enjoyed it. ABF, have you dabbled yet in Dark Ages?
No, I have not. But
I imagine
I've
you
been
enjoyed
watching,
the last two,
Hypno and Very Dark play it and stuff like that, and it looks fun. It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, if you like the last two, I think you will quite enjoy yourself, and and you'll have even less idea why it failed.
The problem with this bill is if we think about it like this, people spend more on coffee than they do anything. I could buy right now, just for me, one meal from Grubhub, and would probably end up being like $26. You know, but yet still, I don't want to pay $70 for a fucking game sometimes. Like it's just a weird cognitive.
Yeah, and there's also the factor of there's a lot of other good games to play at the moment. Yeah. So $70 is a lot when you already picked up a $70 game, in the last month,
and people know they can just wait and will it eventually be cheaper.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I always steer people away from pre-ordering games. And sometimes if you just wait like a month or 3, it goes on sale and you pick up the game for under MSRP.
Can't believe you'd call Nagranol out like that. He wanted the statue, ABF.
Yeah, right. Why have all that money sitting in your bank account when you could just give it away and let someone else earn interest on it? That's a great idea.
Oh, it's like the government stealing our taxes and then giving it back and telling us it's a tax refund, when really they stole our money and didn't give us any interest on it. All right, so Badger, I was going to make fun of the people for saying that Andor is the reason Battlefront 2 is popular again, but it's actually the reason.
Hit refresh on that.
Oh, is it new? Is it a new high?
Just minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, it's going to pass 15,000 because now word is getting out that it's hitting peak, which increases rampancy. Yeah.
So I did not realize it had a campaign. Badger informed me of that yesterday, and I haven't stopped thinking about how I want to play the campaign. So I downloaded all 90 gigs or whatever of it last night, and I will probably do a campaign. I'll probably do a video. So my question then is, so usually I like to play like the beginning bit, get the tutorial out the way so people aren't watching me like do tutorials. Is there a certain level towards the beginning that I should do for a video? Anything that sticks out? A certain
I don't know, but I know you're not going to like the very opening because it starts out semi-stealth, but it does not last that way. Sorry.
And Battlefront, why is there stealth in Battlefront?
Well, it's not that hard.
It's not hard.
Beginning. Yeah, it's kind of fun. The game is very different as it progresses because you're shooting lasers and sometimes you're in a spaceship in an X-wing. So the game I most recently played and edited was a stealth game. So I told everyone how much I hated stealth games, and then Tomac bought me a stealth game and said I had to play it. It's the one that he wanted me to play with Badger.
I played it. You move on, though?
It made me so angry.
Did you want to talk about why everyone is playing Battlefront again? That it didn't just magically...
That's what I originally said. What you were supposed to say. Yeah, Andor. Right?
Yeah.
I didn't believe it.
everyone watching Andor and seeing them build the whole empire got them actually wanting to fight. So people were playing Battlefront again.
I think it's that, and also EA is smart. Not Disney, Star Wars. EA is smart, and they used a little bit of money to get influencers to stream the game again, and that actually got people to play it, and it was like a domino effect, and people genuinely enjoy the game.
You say that, but then people like Critical Drinker, who had fucking 15,000 plus people and far more than that to watch replays, heard everyone talking about just go watch the fucking 2 episodes. And then people watch the 2 episodes, which have a rebellion fighting against the Empire. And they go, I kind of want to do that. And then they go, I literally went and played Battlefront because of fucking Andor and I wanted to fight the Empire. And then I started hearing about people, wait, look how the numbers are going up on Battlefront.
Yeah, but the timeline doesn't quite work though. So it's like they watched it and then like 2 weeks later decided. I'll pull the bad boy
because it's the initial bump.
Yeah, April 22nd, and then the final episodes were May 13th. So yeah, April 22nd was like here, and it took a week. Yeah, a little over a week, and then this.
And
I want to know
and it's the
what
initial
caused
bump.
this. May 2nd, something happened on May 2nd.
Well, also
That-
we
like
started
May
going
3rd.
into May the
That's-
4th be with you. So
Yeah.
and all the others.
May the 4th.
Oh,
May the 4th.
This is what I'm talking about, Badger. Is they use
confluence.
they use the marketing at the right times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Okay, May the 4th being added in there, that helps.
So, like,
that
to ABF's
helps my
point,
brain make more sense.
Andor
of it.
did get people talking about Star Wars, and I could see it in my all of a sudden fucking Star Wars and Filoni videos started getting over 1,000 views. So the algorithm, the entity started paying attention, and then you had May the 4th, you had, and all of a sudden the re-releases of fucking Revenge, and then boom.
it's just like whenever a Jurassic Park movie comes out, Survival has all this marketing because they have a freaking dinosaur game. Everyone's talking about dinosaurs, so you have to find the right opportune moment to market.
It's also on Game Pass, so, and yeah, I think for Star Wars Days they do massive sales. So all those together.
Yeah, if it weren't on Game Pass, I definitely would be playing it. But I mean, the fact I assume people aren't buying it. I assume that's not sales going up. That's people relaunching what they already bought years ago. All right.
And I just saw Kata launch Battlefront 2.
Yep. All right, and then I will be one of those here shortly, probably. Currently playing Attack on Titan 2. Didn't realize it was the Dynasty Warriors guys. Loving it so far. Dragon Age Veilguard writer said that Expedition 33 succeeded because they got time to cook.
Go fuck yourself.
What's possible when a game is given time to cook? Also, we had time. No, I don't. Let me see the fucking surgery scars. Get fucking rid of it. I don't want to see the fucking post. You stupid fucking AI. Surgery scars are also included in this for Allied Chain. So you had time for the surgery scars.
It was trying to help Irwin by covering it.
You should be sued.
So, how long was Dragon Age in development for? Wasn't it
years?
Yeah, it was
Like that
10
many?
something years,
That
wasn't
many?
it?
Yeah, fucking years.
Somewhere around there.
So what is he even going on about then? How come his game wasn't a complete success? Is it because they priced it? That must be it. They priced it incorrectly, right?
Truly exceptional games don't just appeal to their audience, they expand it. Oh, they don't alienate their audience by making everyone fucking gay black women? Crazy. But in their minds, that's expanding it by making everyone gay black women.
I'm at 95 hours, Jake, and I'm almost done with Shivering Isles.
Maybe they didn't talk about doing barbs enough in the game. That must be it. Yeah. They should have talked more about identity politics because, surely that would have helped.
Well, there's slow cooking a good stew or let like a pot roast cook or something like that. And then there is trying to make prison like sangria and stuff like that. You know, it's like
No. A better example is how Isaac makes his steak.
Nuke it, Rico.
Their steak is like lab-grown meat. It's not even beef because they want to include more people because there's people who don't like beef in their game. So they want to expand their audience by making it fake meat, and then they cook it extra well done because they like the crunchiness.
Yeah, lab-grown meat cooked extra well done Isaac style.
And it's extra expensive. You had to put all that extra research and development into lab-grown meat, not to mention all the HR departments. So, yeah. All right. Badger? Assassin's Creed Shadows Claws of Awaji DLC is targeting a September release. Will you be playing? They're putting out fucking DLC. I thought we were done talking about this, Badger, but you just know there's gonna be at least one thing in here for us to talk about.
They're so cooked.
So
they're
very
so
cooked.
cooked.
All right, so that was the they're so cooked segment. Now here's what happens when you give fans what they actually want. So we already have a game in a studio giving the fans what they want, and then they do this crazy thing where they cross over with another studio that gives fans what they want. So that way they scissor together and print all of the
I'll be back in 38 seconds.
Wow, that dog might have actually been a robot dog. We were discussing yesterday.
I can see
on
why
another video. Oh, and then it's this character. Yeah, dang it! No, this character right here. She's the like crossover Nikke character, and we will be discussing the differences in her character model. You'll never believe it. They made her even hotter instead of ugging her up. It's crazy concept. Oh wait, was that the booty shot I just skipped? Yeah, I did skip the booty shot. My apologies to you all. And so this is like the normal Stellar Blade fighting, but you notice at the beginning, this is a totally different style of fighting, which is I think Nikke is almost like what are the XCOM kind of games, like a tactical battlefield kind of game. So not only are they doing crossover and just giving you more boobas, they're giving you a different kind of gameplay that's more similar to what they're doing the crossover with. So not only do you get attractive women, you get a little more excitement in case you're tired of the same old Stellar Blade. So chat, I got to get rid of you here. ABF, I need your expert opinion. So this on the right is the original character, and on the left is the Stellar Blade version. Does this work for you? Is this acceptable?
That's what you call value added.
Correct. Badger, is this acceptable?
Shirt needs to be a little bit lower, but yeah, that's acceptable.
Oh my God, you're so right. This is censorship. Hayden's going to have to boycott it now. Damn it. All right, let's see. Pirate Nation points out, add good character designs, fan service, be filthy rich. What's he talking about? Creator of blockbuster game Goddess of Victory Nikke joins ranks of Korea's 50 richest.
Why did they cover her gooch? I don't appreciate this. Or Grundle or Grindle, whatever the fuck Goot calls it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah,
ridiculous.
literally becoming wealthy off of boobs and butts. It's so simple. Just give us what we want, and then let us have some fun while giving us what we want. It's very simple. All right, and if you do that, you get sequels confirmed, and it might arrive sooner than you think. Stellar Blade 2's potential quick turnaround is something of a rarity these days. Wait, what? So they don't have an enormous studio where you can't and like do turnarounds and whatnot? After every game, you have to fire a third of the people? No, you have a normal sized studio. You pump out a game people like. You can do a bunch of crossovers and DLCs and knock out a sequel? That's one of the problems with in Hollywood gaming is they put out something fun and people are demanding more, but it takes them way too long to get that next one out, and all the hype dies down. They're doing fucking everything right.
How long ago did Stellar Blade come out? Wasn't that like 2021 or something? But I don't know if they say sooner than you think. Okay, yeah. See, that makes me think that it's
April
like sometimes
26th. So
they'll put out like
months ago.
They'll put out like a full done game, and then they'll do like half a game, and then they'll do a full game again. So I almost wonder if we're getting one of those half games, you know?
Those were golden times for the algorithm, where like all my videos had over thousands of views on all of where it was like Stellar Blade and Warhammer and yeah, all those fun.
It was
times.
a better time. Yeah, I know. And then we went through the Veilguard Outlaws era. Yeah. All right. So also during that time, we had another game, one that I actually checked out. First Descendant, giving the fans what they actually want. I thought they actually already had jiggle physics, but then apparently, according to this, they added jiggle physics, and the physics appear to be working. That micro jiggle, you need it, or else my immersion is broken. Benjamin needs that jiggle. Wait, hold on. Whip it back out. We can do two things at once. I went shopping today and didn't realize I only brought my card and no cash. Your membership cost me my dignity at checkout.
Oops. Well, first, you probably didn't have much dignity to begin with, so we should focus on that. But you overdrafted on your card and you didn't have cash, and so it's Erwin's fault?
Shit.
You are right. No, we all know it's Obama's fault. Thanks, Obama.
There's a robot dog. Did you see that?
Benny.
I don't know what you're talking about. Pull it down. No, we looked into this because Badger had the same observation, and it's a dog with robot armor. But what we just watched in that last DLC, I think was a robot dog. No.
Does that not tickle your fancy?
The other one was, I believe, a robot dog. It also had gold plating accents, and well, that is, I mean, if I were to no, you guys aren't getting the clip. No, sorry, you guys got enough. All right, and then all right, cool. So we're caught up. Shout out, Ben. Appreciate you. I'm sorry for my transgressions against you. All right. A little bit more to go. More fan service? Oh, fan service, but not boobas. So we will be discussing the Overwatch and Street Fighter collab, which that one makes sense. But this one was Monster Hunter Street Fighter collab. And I went, what? Why?
You gonna punch it?
But then I watched this dude punching a dragon and I went, okay, never mind. I get it. Also, my internet's been crap, so no one's probably seeing that very well. All right.
It's like one frame every 2 seconds, by the way.
It's see jiggle figures.
All right. Yeah, well,
we
to be fair,
the jiggle, but we could imagine it.
I was imagining it.
All right. Well, Badger, you were mad about what they did to Cammy skin in Overwatch. They covered up, gave her some spanks.
They gave her like an undersuit. I don't like it.
Well, Ellie Gold is here to shame you. Overwatch players freak out over supposed Widowmaker butt nerf, proving that Marvel Rivals Gooner skins have wound back the clock 10 years. Well, you're nothing special. So you complaining about this is the fault of Emma Frost, and we're horrible monsters. So basically, then I went to this bitch's Ellie Goulding. I went in and clicked on her. Her last one was just stick to your guns. Neil Druckmann isn't fazed by all the hate, intergalactic god. There's stuff happening with media right now that you just have to ignore. All you can do is back you creative. So basically, we're all racist.
Yeah. So wait, she's arguing that they need to make their game tailored towards the modern audience, which isn't buying the game? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Correct. And it's not actual like fans and customers telling them they need to stop doing this. It's just racist and that we need to be ignored and that creatives shouldn't listen to us and they should just do what they want. Yeah. And that they have no idea what the backlash is about. It's very cool. It's the deepest gameplay we've ever done. And I can't wait to show it off. Doesn't matter how many times he says, I still have no idea what deepest gameplay means, but I'm ready to find out. It's just Neil Druckmann simping from Ellie Gould. And this is, of course, PC Gamer. Anyone who followed the Gamergate situation back in the day, PC Gamer, pieces of shit. Fake news as it gets.
There's other articles out there saying that Neil Druckmann got some counseling for hate that was going to be coming her way before it even happened. Remember that? And that's just setting you up to have your brain. Yeah, that's like having your brain in a certain mode before it even happens to just go insane when they see one piece of hate come your way. It's ridiculous. Just ignore it and praise all the good stuff.
Yeah, social media. There's a reason you hire a social media person. Let them do social media and you just do your own thing.
Yeah, like my phone doesn't just attack me. I can turn it off. You know what I mean?
All you have to say is some people might not have resonated with the character, but I think if they give it a chance, the gameplay will bring them into the world, and then they'll end up enjoying all the characters and world or something like that. That's all you gotta say. Not we're like in a media environment where the entity has tricked a bunch of crazy gooner incels into attacking everyone. Don't do that. All you got to say is, if people don't like something, just say, well, I hope they give us a chance. And I think, eventually they'll like it. That's all you have to say. Some variation of that. I am not going to need to be convinced that I like Bayonetta. I guess we'll just. I went to a video. I don't know. Maybe my internet's working. But yeah, Bayonetta. I wanted to play this one for a while. Yeah, I'm just gonna give up on the internet. Gooner game. It's probably the Gooner game. I don't care. I'm a man of culture and taste. I want to play Bayonetta. I want her clothes to go away and be replaced by her magic demon hair. And I don't care if you judge me for it. So this, basically I got Bayonetta, Metal Gear Revengeance, and Nier Automata. Anytime there isn't a new game coming out to play, I'm going to be making a video about those. I cannot wait. Shout out to Mock for gifting me Bayonetta. I kind of actually assumed I already owned it. Here's one I hadn't heard of, but I'm very interested in. Vanquish. Platinum Games revolutionary sci-fi action shooter slide boost onto PC, battle legions of future tech enemies using a vast arsenal of weapons. Very positive. Sega.
I feel like I played this.
Yeah, I don't remember, but it's got a lot of sliding.
I did play this. Yes, it does. And in between, it was very Japanese at the time. Like Japanese anime shit, but like they didn't. Yeah, I did play this. I think I had fun with it.
$20.
It says it comes with all DLC, so there's a lot of content there, probably.
Yeah,
and it's what Platinum Games. Yeah, it's resolutions up to 4K. All right, so these are the Bayonetta and Nier Automata people. Okay, awesome. Hell yeah, cultured. I cannot wait. All right, this one, Badger, I think you would agree, is definitely anime-ish. Reverse fart, you rascally son of a gun. Onimusha 2, but more on that in a moment. We have some clips to play because Reverse Fart dropped into chat.
Just a beautiful, beautiful band.
And we definitely have some wheels.
I'll put the fucking mousetrap on my tongue.
Three, oh, five. I'm trying to figure out how many spins. Currently on very judicial gentleman. We're actually getting close to a second wheel spin. We broke the 500 mark. Wait, hold on, wait, no.
My hands are shaking, but I'm still shooting. I'm still getting the headshots. It's like boom, headshot, boom, headshot, boom, headshot.
So it's the 4 and then 5. Okay, I owe you guys 2. We're going on 3 spins. All right, shuffle, 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 shuffle. We'll do a quick little spin and then probably play another one. Give me a good one. I got so many to watch. Give me a good one. Come on. Or a bad one actually works too. Am I about to get anime? No? Oh, the Adjustment Bureau. We actually just added that.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's a good movie.
Looking forward to that. And man, you guys have been watching lots of movies. Not too many Matt Damon ones, I don't believe. So that'd be good.
Matt Damon.
Mankind has only one chance to prosper. If you will not seize it, then I will.
Can't not make that.
ABF and I are men of culture. Yes, that's right. You can't. You have to.
Fear and Loathing? Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? A rewatch?
Ooh.
Yes. Oh, I haven't seen this in so long, and it's so good.
You gotta token up as you're watching it.
Yeah, well, he would never.
I'm gonna have to be on all. I'm gonna have to be on all the drugs while I watch that one.
Well, not all of them. Let's play it safe.
Well, like that's obviously scenes that stuck with me. Definitely the bathtub, throw the radio and scene. But yeah, when he pulls over and he gets in like the trunk or whatever, and he's got all the different drugs, and Spider-Man's like stuck in the car with him.
Isn't he huffing ether off of a rag at one point or something like that?
As you do. Do you know a better way to huff it?
Benzos and
You don't have an ether rag?
Oh man.
So it's one of those rare situations where the book is phenomenal. The movie, arguably even better than the book. And I kept talking about it. I'm like, I haven't seen it in so long. It popped up as like a preview after we watched like a video on Prime or something at my buddies. I'm like, I need to watch that again. So I'm glad I put that on there.
Erwin, after you watch the movie, look up who the movie's based on. And like, there's like interviews of the guy, and Johnny Depp and this guy are the
Hunter
same
S.
person.
Thompson?
He knows who Hunter S.
Are you trying to tell me who Hunter S. Thompson is?
Aaron,
Come
do you
on.
know
I'm saying some of the interviews. Just like rewatch
no.
it after the movie, and you're just like, damn, nailed it. You know.
Bill Murray also did
on his ranch
Hunter movie. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was going to bring up. Do not watch Where the Buffalo Roam. I did not care for it. The plane scene. They have a plane where basically anything goes on the plane at the end. That was fun. But other than that, I was really, really disappointed by the movie. It should have been so good, but I was sadly really disappointed by it. But yeah, Hunter S. Thompson, great. Book, fantastic. I also read his Hell's Angel book. That was pretty decent. Some gonzo journalism. I enjoyed it. But yeah, Hunter S. Thompson is a lot of people's spirit animal for sure. I always love I believe it was the Venture brothers. There's the guy who's like in charge of all the secret guys is basically a Hunter S. Thompson character. One of the best characters in that.
Oh,
actually,
I don't know why
I think they call him
I
Hunter.
just thought of it. I want you to add a movie to the wheel, if that's okay.
I will add a movie. I'm adding the movie to the. You know, like when Tomac drops a bunch and I watch something, and you drop the 250. You can recommend a movie literally every time you do that. So we're not putting on the wheel. American Made? Is that what you said?
American Made. Yeah, that's Tom Cruise, and it's shocking because it's based off of real events.
It's Barry Seal.
Wait, is it the running money for the CIA, running drugs for the CIA? That one?
Yeah. Basically, the CIA used our tax dollars to import more cocaine than actual smugglers during a drug war.
Yep.
Yeah, correct. And then Iron Contra was about us doing that and then funding crazy terrorists and whatnot. Yeah, this guy from Venture Brothers, Hunter Gatherer was his name. That Hunter, the long, like a cigarette holder. Love it.
Oh, the cigarette holder is just so funny on Johnny Depp because he's always like moving it like up or down. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's great for a character to always be doing something, especially when they're like all like me while I'm on stream, all hyped up.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so yeah, got Adjustment Bureau, Fear and Loathing, and American Made. That's a nice little mixture. All right, and then shout out Tomac Onimusha 2. This is the remaster, I believe. Tomac, if you're still in chat, remind me. I think that's the one we looked at where a woman had the V cut down to here, and then they put like a shirt on her. So I think this is the one they censored, but regardless, I'm quite interested. Yeah, it's Capcom, and it looks. I think this one is also pretty Japanese. Badger, I don't know if you would agree. Seems a little Japanese-ish. So yeah, looking forward to that. And then the last one, Source of Madness. This one was weird. Looks like I might need to refresh this bad boy. So it's a side-scrolling, dark action roguelite set in a twisted Lovecraftian-inspired world. Okay, that's awesome. You got me at Lovecraftian and side-scroller roguelite. All right, happy. Powered by procedural generation and AI machine learning. So, damn it. Okay, now it's working-ish. So it looks like a really cool style, but then this right here, when they showed this AI, holy shit, Ian, I think we have to spin the wheel again. So AI at first, when you would make the really crazy AI art and have like 7 fingers and like 3 eyeballs and whatnot, you could do videos and they were like nightmare fuel.
We've seen Will Smith eating spaghetti. Remember the differences? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so that's the game, basically. And some people seem to like it, but then also some people, it's currently mixed. All reviews is mostly positive, and then recent reviews is mixed with 26. So I don't know. That's going to be an interesting one for me. I don't know what to think about that. And Ian, I have to spin the wheel again. Shout out. We got someone needs to play a clip. What do we do for Ian? Oh, here. Oh, after this. Wait, Troy, finally? Troy, no, stop it, Troy. Stop the fucking vampires.
The Lost Boys isn't bad.
All right. Well,
I think we should override that and say Troy. But
should we?
I'm going to put up a poll. Chat,
you will be the
deciders of this. Yeah. What should I watch?
I mean, I don't know much about the Lost for Troy. I say just watch Troy.
I personally think Troy is if we're educating him on culture, Troy is the balance here.
Yeah.
We will let the only people that matter decide. Chat, let me know, Lost Boys or Troy. All I know about Lost Boys is vampires and the Corys. Is it actually like good, or is it just kind of like popular at like the time for other reasons?
I think the latter.
Okay.
Troy
doesn't quite hold
Troy fucks hard. Troy fucks hard. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Peter O'Toole, Eric Bana.
It's basically tied, right?
Brad Pitt as the most masculine you're ever gonna see. Now I love you, Broken, but you broken, baby. Nah. Fucking no.
It's very close. It's 45 to 55 with 29 votes. So like 2 votes to change it.
Yeah. That fight.
Wait, you said nudity in Troy?
Oh, there's nudity.
Oh yeah.
It opens with him in a threesome, like him waking up with 2 girls to sleep with him.
We need you to win a war.
Go, you go vote on your own. Someone
in the chat who hasn't voted, vote for Troy for me, please. Thank you. Now it's 50-50.
Troy.
Bro,
It's
Diane
50-50
Kruger
now.
just like close-ups for ass. Remember, I watched it on a cruise ship with a bunch of old people in the theater. They played like the uncensored version.
Yeah, it is always a little bit awkward.
Troy is high tea.
Yeah, it is high tea as fuck.
I know, and like I want to watch. Yeah, the jump stab trick. I need to learn.
Unironically, probably has some of the best acting you're ever going to see Brad Pitt do because it's opposite Peter O'Toole in the scene with Priam at the. Bro, fuck all. That shit's great. I'm gonna go watch Troy.
I mean, half of his acting is just him just like having.
Oh, fuck. It's back. It's back at 50-50. Yeah, 40 votes and it's 50-50. So it's
Sean
20v20
Bean
at the moment.
as Odysseus. Yes. That's the other thing. So why couldn't we have gotten Sean Bean as that in the Christopher Nolan one? He's still young enough.
Spoiler
he doesn't
alert!
Die. Because he has to go back and get lost going back.
But no, like what you were saying with that threesome, he comes storming through and he's like, in the door, he's like, I need you to win me a war.
Is there no one else? Take it. It's yours.
I talk about how important it is to make you like a character immediately. Having your main character be in a threesome immediately, I think is doing a good job of what I'm demanding. Troy's at 53-47 currently. It's looking pretty good, and we are getting out of here. So we'll do some outros, and then any Lost Boy enjoyers, you got a little bit longer. Badger, anything you want to plug? Nothing, right?
Shout
You're
out.
gaming all day?
Nothing today. Yeah, I'm going to just try and relax and game all day, play Doom the Dark Ages, beat the Shivering Isles finally, then reload so I could become the Duke of Mania and get all the achievements. Yeah.
No, I was saying, my joke wasn't about spoiling what happens in Troy. My joke is you normally expect Sean Bean to die. So normally the joke is you spoil someone dying, but if Sean Bean doesn't die, you're actually spoiling it by saying he's not dying. It's a very sophisticated joke. It's funnier when you explain it. ABF, anything you want to plug?
He may or may not have been fucking Patroclus, but that is not how it's depicted in this movie. It's just his cousin in this one.
Let's see here. I'll be here tomorrow on this channel. Won't be on Gooch's stream. I'm busy. And catch me on Monday. We got Kay and James from Melee Games joining us. That almost rhymes. Maybe it rhymes. Join us for Off the Hip on Monday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern. Gatekeeper!
Oh, I forgot. Dude, Badger, I literally keep trying to remember to tell you he stopped by Tuesday night, and I literally kept forgetting.
You son of a
I know!
Another one. Another one. Another one.
Shout out to the OG Gatekeeper.
Oh, like I was already good. Gatekeeper's great because we get like down talking about James Gunn, and then Gatekeeper shows up, and like we're all of a sudden happy. But I was already really happy, so now I'm just bursting
looking
at
up.
the seams.
I'm looking up.
All right, Gatekeeper, ABF.
Sup, dude?
Erwin, Badger, my guys. Sup, chat. Hope all are well. You're well. Sion wanted to show love. Really appreciate you stopping by. Keep up the great work, guys. Shout out Moxie, Scooby Pup, Disbrew, Epic Mike, Gooch, Mr. Techrat as, and of course, Gary.
Gary, friend of the channel.
Oh, like literally, breath of fresh air. Like sun. Like the Gatekeeper's like when like I'm in my my basement dungeon editing studio, and then I decide to open the blinds for the first time in 2 months, and I'm like, oh, freshness and reality and life and happiness. That's what it's like when Gatekeeper shows up in chat.
Shout out, dude.
Seriously, I think about chat way more than is healthy for me, and I probably think about Gatekeeper more than anyone.
We like strong black men. What can I say?
I've talked about it 3 times. Yeah, when I read Captain America, whenever I see Falcon, I'll be thinking about you, Gatekeeper.
Best part about Mission Impossible? Strong black man, Mr. Tillman.
Literally, who turns out was gay? And the actor is gay?
Mr. Milchek, yeah, he's
that dude
was, but hey, good actor.
And we made fun of like Pedro's Max. We were just talking about how we were in a good mood, and then we just went to like good mood plus, and then you just dropped brief feet. Max.
He knows what he did.
Talking about hot and cold.
Yeah, I know. I just jumped from the hot tub into the pool. Max, I appreciate you. We appreciate your enthusiasm, Max.
I want to say something really quick. I'm gonna kick you in the ass. We need Nerd Wars shirts.
We were just talking about this actually. He tried to get an artist, but he's a little booked up.
Yeah, well,
need to wait.
Well, I wanted to hit up Zach because he's our boy. There's some other artists I can go to, but I want to hit him up, and it took a second to get back to me because he is currently recovering from children being bioterrorists and committing acts of war crimes against him. So he's currently in recovery mode and got a few other people. So if the timing works out, it'd be nice to get it through Zach, but if not, I'll go through some other people. And then that is going to be the channel art for the new gaming channel. So I probably won't even make a Nerd Wars store. I'll probably make a store for the new channel, but it will be me hitting Grogu with the spiked baseball bat. So it's the merch still works either way.
Some sort of limited Nerd Wars run.
Well, it's going to be that, but it's like, if it's going to be the profile, like the background thing, like the banner from the new channel, then it's like I might as well just make it, for the new channel. And I'm not making like new videos on this, so it's like it just makes sense to do that. It's spiked baseball bat. It's called gonna be spiked bat. It has the spiked baseball bat, so it just makes sense, because it'd be. Yes, I'm going to have as soon as I have commissioned art for you, because I don't want to just do like a logo. I want to do actual like commissioned art. And as soon as I have
making a new channel, but this is going to be a streaming channel.
Oh yeah, so I attempted some videos on here again. This is now permanently streaming channel, and then I'm going to be creating a gaming channel where I do medium edited and highly edited videos. First big edited video will be Expedition 33 Clair Obscur, and then the next big one, ABF, Minecraft. I was supposed to get in the other night, and I tried to take an hour-long nap so I'd be nice and refreshed, and then woke up at 3 a.m.
Hey, you can jump in whenever. We have all kinds of people jumping at different times, and everyone's having a great time. So
I'd like to hop in today or tomorrow. Isaac told me he tried to hop in for 30 seconds and played for 5 hours, made a mountain base, and has a full set of armor.
Yeah, wow. I found his base. I logged on later on that night. I was like, I wonder whose base this is. Let's go check it out. And I run into a sign that says, if you read this, you're gay. And I'm like, this has got to be Isaac. People are already having some fun in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was also, I realized too, because we were trying to figure out what to do with the server for when I start making videos, is I can just make a server, and we can just have a server to where it's only, because you had to do your own server so it's on all the time. But if it's me recording, then we can just do it my own little, so I think we'll just have to do that for when we start recording. So your GCA will just be for my learning. Yeah. Aren't we all gay? So so for games, Battlefront 2 campaign, Attack on Titan 2, currently what I'm going to be playing. Tricky Madness, that snowboarding game, is Crab Champion. If y'all don't know Crab Champion, you need to get on my level. Enter the Gungeon, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. Some ones I have in mind to be playing, but as far as AA, AAA, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 and Minecraft be my first two big ones. And then Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake come out July 11th, and I kind of want to do a video on that because I love those games growing up. But I don't think I ever played 4, so I love 3 though. RoboCop Rogue City DLC comes out July 17th.
I say standalone, right? The tower defense thing where you just go up.
And I haven't played the original, so it'd be nice to. I've been wanting to play that, so I figured I might as well just wait for the DLC to come out. And then Killing Floor 3 is at the end of July. That'll probably get taken off. But man, Killing Floor 2, anyone else play? Zombie like survival, like a round-based survival game. Really fun. If you like Call of Duty Zombies, which I was a huge COD Zombies fan, Killing Floor 3 is they just did that and made its own game. I love Mr. Killing Floor 2. They made it free on PlayStation a long time ago, and I played the shit out of it. And then Metal Gear... Killing Floor 3, I thought that would be a good game if we got some GCA people to play. good little because I think it's like 4-player co-op or something. And then August 28th, I have to do it for my boy Hayden. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater remake comes out. I haven't played any of them, and he really desperately wants me to. Of course, he wants me to go back and play the Super Nintendo ones first and play through all of them, and then the PlayStation. And I'm like, how about I just do the Snake Eater remake? So looking forward to that. And then potentially September, Borderlands 4. Oof. If I can convince ABF to play with, I know I have to do one game that like sucks in his woke or something.
If it's for the content, I'll play it because I actually do quite enjoy like the gameplay itself.
Yeah,
I know. I fucking hate how they made characters gay and the story is all about women power and like, come on, dude, get back to Borderlands 1 and 2. It's awesome.
Correct. Handsome Jack, one of the best characters in like media, like in entertainment. Such a good character.
In the Telltale game, he was awesome too. They had really good voice actors for the Telltale game.
And they've literally been trying to member berry Handsome Jack for so long. He's playable, his like clone was playable in like the pre-sequel or whatever, and they just cannot get it back. It sucks. All right.
Yep.
Badger. Turns out, fuck democracy. Well, no, wait. No. Fuck randomness on the wheel. Long live democracy. Troy wins. Troy's going on the list.
Oh, yeah. You won't be disappointed, chat. You've made the right choice. Thank you.
Oh, no. Hayden's here. He just heard I wasn't going to play the Super Nintendo Metal Gear first. No. In the stream.
Take cover.
I'm sorry, Hayden. I swear. Oh, he said I could skip him. Oh, thank God. Okay. I know, but then it's like I would like to play some of the old ones. I'd like to play 2 because I played 1 back in the day and I've seen tons of videos of it, so I'm familiar with it. I'd love to play 2. So if I end up enjoying the new Snake Eater, I'll probably go back and play some 2. And
you know what you could do?
I swear I try to make you guys happy. I try. I swear.
There's probably a compilation video of just all of the cutscenes on YouTube, and it'll probably only take you like 90 something hours to get through it.
Yeah, just 90 hours. Not what I've done on Oblivion Remastered, actually playing it.
That reason I already know like 1 because I've watched story mode, which is Internet Historians. I've watched that a bunch of times. I love falling asleep to those videos. So that's why I was like, I'll just skip to 2 plus a little bit newer. I don't know it as well. Absolute pleasure having you. Wait, hold on. Did we get everything? You guys were so generous. Let me make sure. Yes, and Gatekeeper showed up. Ian even dropped 50. God, I probably need to spin the wheel again. Honestly, I should probably just put Lost Boys on there as well. No, I don't. No, I'm not going to put on there because then I want Badger to get his win. You know. All right, absolute pleasure to have you all. These last few weekends, you guys have been wildly generous. I appreciate it so much. Got the new PC. I swear I'm editing, knocking out those videos for you guys. Appreciate it so damn much. Couldn't do it without you guys. Oh, wait, I'm not on the right button.
No! Why? Oh, no. Wow, that... No!
Yes!
Wow!
Wow.
Oh, don't look. All right button.
So long, and thanks for...
Remember what?
Remember how fat ass works?
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know.
Hello.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Good, then get the hell out of my life. Who needs you? Beat it. Leave me alone.
I needed to get rid of the human garbage, otherwise known as my best friends.
Oh!
Come on! Bonnie, how do you keep getting back in?
Well, bye.
If we're not back by dawn, call the president.
Erwin, when he sees robot